All right, so Wutheringwaves anniversary gift. Are people being a little bit too greedy, or is Kuro Wutheringwaves, are they not being generous enough? What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Ventus SGN. All right, so I've been hearing a lot of chatter on Twitter. It's just my Twitter has just been filled with people that are complaining about the anniversary and not getting enough rewards, and then some people are saying that people are just being greedy. Now, I've heard both arguments, and I went back and I watched the anniversary event, all like 1 hour, 2 hours or something of it, and for the most part, I'm going to tell you they presented some things nice. There were some things that were just kind of annoying, but I'm not here to nitpick the actual anniversary live stream. I do have some notes that I want to talk about before I actually get into the nitty gritty about whether or not people are being greedy or not. So first thing, I wish more of it was in English. Obviously, they're a Chinese company or whatever the case may be. So I mean, I'm good with it. I just, personally, I wish more was in English. They did a nice showcase of Zanny and her weapon, Blazing Justice. I mean, if I wasn't sold before, I'm sold now. So I definitely want to get Zanny and her weapon. I feel like there were too much theatrics. They were trying to be a little bit too funny in the live stream, but again, that's just nitpicking the live stream. They gave us good information on Kakona. They made it, my choice, definitely clear that I do not want the character. They also made the cube event look fun, so I can't wait to play that. Now, the banners, when they showed all the extra banners look good. I said it gives people a chance to get characters they've missed, though I feel like they should do a thing where you get to pick a character to join you that you don't already have. It's not necessary, but MiHoYo did it with Genshin, and I logged in on Honkai Star Rail like yesterday and got 2 free characters that made me want to like start playing Honkai Star Rail again, because I quit the game for like a year or something like that. So when it comes to this, yeah, I do feel like they should definitely let us pick a character to join us. And I don't say that out of greed, because I've got money, I can get a character if I wanted to. What I'm saying is that other games, and I'm going to talk about this more a little bit later, other games that are in the same sort of niche as this game, this is what they're doing. Genshin Impact, when I first started playing that, when they had their little whatever event, you were always getting a free character. Whether it was a 4-star or 5-star, I can't actually remember, but you got to choose a character, and I think they sort of rank the game when it comes to that sort of thing. So I think a lot of people who have been playing Genshin Impact and playing Honkai Star Rail and other games that are used to getting a free character, they expect the same sort of treatment other places. Does that mean that people are being greedy? Maybe, but I think it's just what people are used to, and me personally, I'm used to that, so I'm looking for them to give up a free character, whether it be a 4-star or 5-star. It doesn't really matter what it is. I'm just looking for them to give up a character, because and I'm going to talk about this more again too, I don't know, I spend hundreds of dollars on games like this, and there have been times where you do these 10 pulls and you get nothing in the 10 pulls, right? So I feel like a free 10 pull is cool, but I feel like a free character is better. It gives the players more incentive to play the game, because at the end of the day, that is the goal, to get people playing the game, to get playtime on the game. Because if they're playing the game more, they're doing more microtransactions. I don't know, that's just my 2 cents on that. And moving on, the rewards for gifts of the melodic verses seem fair. 300, this is an event that are doing melodic verses, I guess it's with Kakona. 300 asterite that you're going to get after 5 days login. But thinking about the people who can't spend money on the game like that. Like, I've gone from a person who was able to spend $1,000 on Genshin Impact and not, blink an eye, to now I really have to watch how I spend on these games, because I'm not really making a return on my investment. So thinking about it like a person who is just playing the game, I feel like more could be given for summons or resonator growth, because it does take a lot to improve resonators, as well as trying to summon new banner characters. I saw one comment, I'm going to put that comment on the screen at some point in time during this video, where they were just like, that's cool with all the new banners, but you're putting all these resonators in our face that we want. Who says that we can bring these funds up? I mean, it's hard times out here now. Not everybody is a millionaire Braxophone Tectone that can just get these characters whenever they want. You've got people like Sean and Aiden who just play this game, and they want to get Carlotta, but they can't get Carlotta. You know what I mean? Like, I want to look out for those people as well. Some other things that they added: Echo data modification is a welcome addition. No more grinding, so I like that. You can change your was it three-star echoes to crit rate. Returner event is attractive and seems competitive with other gacha games that have this system, so I was happy to see that. Anniversary event, 10 Radiant Tides. Again, a free 10 pool is okay, but speaking as someone who spent hundreds on this game and other games, a 10 pool is basically nothing. It helps, but how many 10 pulls have you done and got nothing during a big purchase summoning? As I'm talking about, and this is something that I wrote, obviously. So I mean, like, whenever you've had the funds, if you've been, able or fortunate to do this, to spend $500 to $600 at one time to pull on a character, how many times have you seen one 10 pull just go and it's just nothing? You know what I mean? So I'm thinking about it from that standpoint. I'm not trying to say this in like a greedy way, but I'm just like, I spent $600 on the game, and I'm not salty about that. I'm not saying that. But you pay $600 to get, whatever pools, and then you do just one of the random 10 pools, second, third 10 pool, and it's nothing. You know what I mean? So when I think about doing 10 pools without having the cushion of 50 more 10 pools behind it, you know what I mean? Like that, it just, to me, it seems like you're getting nothing. I mean, of course, there is the pity or whatever the case may be, and you're trying to get to that pity, and I'm completely on board with that. But I'm just looking at a standpoint of, just a random 10 pool. What are you really going to get with that? That's basically you are getting nothing, unless you're lucky. Let's see. I said, I feel like because it is the anniversary and this game wouldn't be anywhere without the players, a free character is in order. Doesn't matter what character it is, 4-star or 5-star. The reason being is that other games like Genshin do as much or more. I logged onto Tower of Fantasy, TOF, and got a new character. The character looks trash. I'm never going to use the character, but it still was a new character that I could have enjoyed if I was into the whole little girl waifu thing, and I just don't like that sort of thing. So it's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? So like again, I logged into Honkai Star Rail 2 nights ago, and they gave me brand new characters that look pretty cool, and I kind of want to use them. You know what I mean? They allowed me to select a character that I want to join my team. I think it's going to come to my mail at some point in time. You know what I mean? That sort of thing is really, really good, and it makes me want to play the game more. And I can't stress this enough. It's not about being greedy and getting something. It's about incentive to play the game and incentive to keep playing the game. They know this, and they know this, because when we all started the game way back when, they gave us a free character, and I think they gave us another free character at some point in time, but I missed the login for that. I wasn't aware that they were giving away a free character, and if I did, I probably didn't care about playing Wutheringwaves like that at the time. But they gave away a character, and I think for the anniversary event, yeah, I think a new character is in order. If they gave away a new character in the very beginning, I think they should give away a new character now. And speaking about what they've changed, I mean, I'm looking at this tweet from Braxophone. He says, Wuwa gave away 10 of every kind of pool based on anniversary feedback. To be honest, it doesn't really address any of what players were upset about, but I'm not going to complain about more pools. I mean, when you talk about people like Braxophone and the tech tones of the, Demones, Kimones, whatever, of the world, these 10 pools don't really matter to them, but I'm looking at the people who these 10 pools would make a difference or would matter to. 10 pool's not going to do anything, man. It's not. Unless you already spent your money and you're close to pity, and then you can grind a little bit more and then hit the pity. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of people who really can't drop money on the game like that, because this market that we're in, bills, food, gas. People aren't making money like that, but they do want to play the game. And I know, thinking, talking like this, people are going to be like, well, this isn't a game that you should be playing. If you're broke, if you don't have the money to play it, you shouldn't be playing it. You know what I mean? So, there are people who definitely want to play the game, but just can't enjoy it the way others enjoy it. And I guess, I don't know. I'm just trying to look at it through everybody's eyes, right? That's generally my idea right now why I'm making this video. I'm trying to look at it through everybody's eyes, and I get it. The people who already have, they're going to look at it as people who want more, as being greedy, and the people who don't have and want, they are looking at it as if, you're not giving us enough. I can't be like that. It's like a reflection of real life. You've got the people who are rich that have, and you have the people that are not rich that don't have. I really can't call somebody greedy who is not rich, who is poor, and they know that these people can give free stuff, and they're asking for the free stuff, especially if those people are doing their best to sort of make it, especially if those people who have spent what little money they can afford on the game. You know what I mean? So look at it like this. You've got Aiden or Joshua who can only spend maybe $50 on the game every couple of months, you know, and whenever he gets a little bit extra, he buys the monthly thing, he buys the battle pass, and he does what he can. He enjoys the game, he supports the game, he gives the game his playtime. He is one of the average players. So is it wrong for us to call him greedy when he's been playing the game for a year and continuously funneling in all the extra funds that he has to this game to enjoy the game, to play the game? And then when the anniversary event comes around, it's like, damn, you know, Genshin Impact, I left Genshin Impact to play your game, and at least Genshin Impact, they give us a free character. I left Honkai Star Rail a year ago to play your game, and at least Honkai Star Rail was given free characters. I've spent all my extra money. I've thrown in all my chips with Wutheringwaves, and you guys aren't gonna like at least do what I expect expect from other games. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that greedy? It might be. I don't know, but I just feel like that's how the average person is thinking, and I don't know. I personally don't feel like that's greedy. I personally feel like that is, be loyal to the people who made your game succeed. You know, like we are the one. Like without us, your game is going nowhere. Your game is being forgotten. We've seen the same thing with Tower of Fantasy. Nobody plays Tower of Fantasy anymore. The game died, right? Why is Wutheringwaves succeeding? Because of the players who continue to play. Tower of Fantasy is dying because nobody is playing the game. Genshin Impact is succeeding because people are playing the game. Honkai Star Rail, the same thing. People are playing the game. So people are playing Wutheringwaves. So why not give back to the people that are playing your game to keep them happy? It's what I would do. First comment in the comment section of the video, the live stream I want to read is by Yo. He says, greedy patch, not even a standard 5-star is insane for an anniversary. How did you think this was okay? The answer is simple, greed. Now, I'm not going to lie, this guy's delivery sounds a little entitled, but I can't say that he's wrong. I think that he could have said it a different way, but I can't just disagree with him. And it's not me being greedy. Like I said, I can drop money on the game whenever I want to and get a character. But looking at it from this guy's standpoint, he probably wants to get Carlotta, man, but he can't get Carlotta. He doesn't have the ability to get Carlotta. So, I mean, like, here's another comment by Hanrick, I don't know what his name is. W devs, but L community. Imagine being the thing that you swore to destroy. This community just became even worse than Hoyoshills. Imagine a game who got a better first year anniversary awards than the other game that you guys hate and left. Just for most of you to cry about it, complain, and ask for more. Talk about greedy, hypocrisy, and throwing a tantrum. Basically says, so what you're saying is that greedy a-holes are just that, greedy a-holes. Now, I watched the same anniversary event that this guy watched, and I didn't see them giving away a character like they do on Genshin Impact, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, when I forgot the name of the event, the Lantern event on Genshin Impact. It comes around every year, or I don't know, it used to come around every year. I've seen it come around twice. They give you a free character, you know? And it's not even like a crazy character. It's one of the basic characters, but at least they are giving you something for free for playing the game. Doesn't have to be amazing, but they are giving you something for free, and I think that it should be competitive. Now, if this guy says that they gave away a free 5-star or 4-star, I didn't see that during the event. Then this comment once more with love. It says, I'm like the biggest Kuro bot, but this is underwhelming for the anniversary. The Cube event is fire, and I'm super excited for it. I feel the same way. But everything else just feels lackluster. An anniversary is usually a great time for most games to reel in tons of new players with exciting rewards, deals, but this feels off. I mean, seriously, 12 banners with 50-50? That feels more like a punishment, dangling so many characters in front of people's faces, but you don't get the time means to savor them. And now their next reruns are going to be way later too. Dude replied, says entitlement is crazy, and then he said, yes, the entitlement of not wanting to have 12 characters' banners shoved in my face with no time to get funds for them. Use your brain. Then he says, I'm surprised you even heard the word brain. Do you even know what that is or where is located on the body, buddy? I don't know. So listen, I don't think the guy's being entitled. I think that he's right. Being as a person who, I'm not going to spend money on gacha games anymore. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to spend my money other places because, I was going crazy at one point in time spending money on gacha games. So I am with this guy. I am understanding of his plight. He wants to be able to save funds to get these characters, right? So I am personally in between two things, and I'm probably going to drop like 500, even though I don't want to, even though I know I shouldn't. I'm probably going to drop 500 because I do want the characters, you know what I mean? Like, I want to play the game. I want Carlotta and I want Zani. I want those two characters, and if I get them, why not get them at, 1 star each or whatever like that? So I'm probably going to do that. But I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to grind the game, save my asteroids, do the events, get the asteroids up enough so I can comfortably, do the pulls. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with two characters that I want. You know what I mean? And again, I guess I can, you're going to have to pick and choose which one you want. People do that, make that decision every single day. So like the guy says, then you have to wait for their reruns. Their reruns aren't going to come around for a very long time. And in Tower of Fantasy, they do the exact same thing. They will put the rerun banners and, out there for people to like, hey, you can get this character, you can get this character, you can pull, and whatever. I get that, man. And I'm glad they put all the banners out there for people to get characters they've missed, but I can't argue with this guy's logic. I think that he's right. I think that is, it does feel like a punishment. I'm not going to say that I completely agree with his statement there. I think it's cool that they put those banners out there, but again, trying to get the funds saved up in such a small amount of time to get these characters that you're not going to see again, but that's the predatory nature of gacha games. You know what I mean? And I think that, being a devil's advocate here, I think that this guy, he just needs to understand that. I understand that. I understood that a long time ago. Whenever, I forget what game I was playing, and there was a character that came up, and it was Kazuha, Kaedehara Kazuha. I wanted that character for such a long time. When the character's first, banner came, I skipped on it because I didn't think the character was cool. But then after the banner was gone, I realized that the character is actually really freaking dope, and I had to wait for the character to come back. When it came back, I wasn't in a position to get Kaedehara Kazuha, but I had to make sacrifices, and that's when I realized the predatory nature of gacha games. So, I mean, you have to understand what game type you're playing when it comes to these banners. It's not fair. It isn't. So, I mean, like I said earlier, if you don't have the means to play a game like this, maybe you shouldn't play the game. And if you do play the game, you shouldn't complain about the way the game is. You know what I mean? Like, that is the game. This is what you're choosing to play. If you can't pull on the banners when they come, don't complain about not being able to pull on the banners. You know what I'm saying? All right, so that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. I could talk more at length about this, but the video is already 18 minutes long. Let me know down in the comments, do you feel like people are being greedy, or do you think Kuro is just not being generous enough with the stuff that they're giving away? I looked at everything they're giving away, all the rewards and everything like that. They're doing a decent job, but I do think it, personally, on a personal level, I think it could be better. I think a free character definitely is in order.